With the Suns playing so well and moving the ball like this, do the Bucks really have a chance? Today I'm going to go over what happened in the last few games and how the Bucks can make adjustments for the next game. Hey guys, before I begin, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I know that takes time. So here's a clip of Giannis taking a while to shoot a free throw. So in game 1, the story was just Chris Paul knocking down jumpers over Brook Lopez. In game 1, it was just so easy for Chris Paul to get the switch, get who he wants, and knock down even more jumpers. And then in the second half of game 1, the Bucks switched to a drop coverage scheme. However, look how deep Lopez drops in this pick and roll coverage, and he's unable to contest a shot. So what exactly did the Bucks adjust for game 2? One noticeable adjustment that the Bucks made right from the get-go is in this first possession is giving Holiday more shots. He only shot about 14 shots in game 1, and this time there was a clear and concerted effort to give him more opportunities, as when he does well, the team does well. And then in game 2, the Bucks make a really interesting adjustment. See, watch here how Lopez doesn't switch anymore, and instead he's in a drop coverage scheme. And then now check this out. Notice how Brook Lopez is actually above the free throw line when in the drop coverage, and now he's in a good defensive position. And then in this possession, even though Chris Paul is able to give DeAndre Ayton a really good pass towards the rim, Brook Lopez is in good position and he gets the block. This drop coverage style was so much more effective than their initial switching scheme in game 1. And from these clips, yeah, they should use the same strategy. And then it was clear here that the Bucks wanted to relentlessly attack the paint, especially with their size advantage and the Suns having low center depth. Giannis especially was able to dominate the paint, scoring 20 points in just the third quarter. Overall, he had 42 points and was clearly more aggressive than last game. I mean, just look at that Nowitzki style fadeaway. So all throughout the game, the Suns just decided to go one-on-one with Giannis. And now next game, I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns try to send him different looks and double team him. And on this play, for example, you could send Chris Paul to help, while Cam Johnson can split the middle and defend Lopez and Teague. And part of dominating the paint is crashing the boards. As you can see here, Chris Middleton puts pressure on the paint, he kicks out to Giannis, and then Lopez is in good position for that offensive board, which he's able to convert on. The Bucks put so much pressure on the offensive glass that they had 18 offensive rebounds, which was 7 more than the Suns and 9 more than what they had in the previous game. Now, despite the Bucks' adjustments and overall improvement, the Suns were just scorching hot from 3. They made 20 out of their 43s that they took. And when an NBA team makes that many threes at that rate, it's just over. And the Suns just got so many threes just from their ability to relocate on the floor. Here you can see Bridges moves over, gets an open shot. And then here's another really smart play where they drive baseline, Crowder floats to the corner, and then he gets an open shot. And aside from the Suns' unselfishness, sometimes the Bucks defense just wasn't focused. Here, there's no need for Holiday to help one pass away like that and give them open shot. Here's another Bucks mistake. Here, the Bucks defender helps one pass away, and then Mikal Bridges gets an open corner shot. And then Chris Middleton over here helps one pass away, and again he's made a couple mistakes defensively in this game and they get in shot. And then with Bridges so hot from the 3-point line, the Bucks had to close out hard, which opened up his driving game. And then I think Bridges is a really interesting player because although I need to watch more footage, he seems like a really young player and he's really ready for the moment. But it doesn't seem like he can create his own shot yet. But however, he is really good at creating off of others. You see there, Chris Paul gave him a pass. He attacks the closeout and is able to finish. And so I think he's a really big X factor in this series. But in this moment, and no matter how young he is, in this game, he was a star. And he is very exciting to watch, and he's a player to look out for. So after all that, the question still is, can the Bucks still win? Yes, I do believe that the Bucks still have a pretty good shot of winning, even though they're down 0-2. Especially though because they're going home, and I think they're going to play a lot better at home. And then Giannis had a really great game, and he's starting to look pretty healthy, so really happy about that if you're a Bucks fan. But I do think that Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday really need to step it up. And I will say that Middleton and Holiday were missing easy and makeable shots, just like this one, and I think they'll make them at home. And then I think that we'll be able to see Bucks get in their sets more and use more of a Giannis pick and roll with Holiday and Middleton. And I think this will give them a lot more shots that are more in rhythm instead of forcing up shots. So to summarize, there are 4 main things that the Bucks need to focus on for the next game. Firstly, they need to play really good pick and roll D. They need to make sure that they continue using their drop coverage scheme, which has been more successful generally than their switching scheme. And secondly, they need to stay alert on defense and make sure that they're not over-helping or helping one pass away, which gives up open threes for the Suns. Thirdly, they need to keep attacking the paint and attacking the boards. They need to keep putting pressure in the paint that will help them generate open 3-point shots for themselves, and then crashing the board, especially with their size mismatch. And then I'd also be careful of the Suns potentially doubling Giannis. So Giannis really has to be aware of where the double team is coming from. And then lastly, and maybe most importantly, they need to get Middleton and Holiday open shots and shots that are in rhythm. If Giannis is able to have any type of help in the game, whether it's those 2 players or role players, I really think they have a much greater chance of winning Game 3. So if you like content like this and you want to see more basketball breakdowns of playoff games or other players, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate your support.